Dr. Mel again, doing graphs. We did acceleration, we did velocity, we did displacement and position as well as distance. Follows on everything that we've done on vectors and scalars. Let's look at graphs. We find graphs anywhere and everywhere in life. Many things are expressed with graphs, and we know a picture tells 1,000 words. So it's much better to do a graph presentation so that people can read lots of data from there. I've got a pie chart here. Now, this pie chart is divided in different sections representing. This could be your breakfast. This could be bread that you're eating, and bacon, and eggs, and jam, and butter. So it could represent many things, but in all, this would be the 100%. That's a pie chart. The second one we have here is a histogram. So we could say, the teacher could say, this is question 1 in the exam paper, 2, 3, 4, and then allocate how many students had that question correct or wrong. And you'll see every part of the histogram, which is a bar, represents some or other value. Finally, you see here the line chart. A line indicating movement, and this will be the type of graph that we will be working with in this part of physics. So let's start off. The first thing, you need always to have an x-axis, which you've done in mathematics, as well as a y-axis. This is the x, this is horizontal. This is the y, this is vertical. Always remember to number the different categories. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like you use graph paper. So what do we represent on this first graph? Pocket money that you're getting, and years, your age. So what would this specific graph mean? Let's take all of these out and say, what would this specific line be? Have a look at this. At the age of 0, you got 6 Rand pocket money, which is fine. If you're a baby and you get 6 Rand, you think it's a lot. Unfortunately, you got 6 Rand at the age of 1, you also got 6 Rand at the age of 2, and it seems like when you're at the age of 18, you will still be getting 6 Rand, which is obviously not enough. So the X value went more, you grew older, and that increased, but the Y value stayed exactly the same. Let's have a look at a different graph. Have a look at the same pocket money and years, but this is a much better situation if this is your pocket money. You will be okay not to get any money at the age of birth. So that's at 0. It seemed like you got 1 Rand when you were 1 years old. You got 2 Rand when you were 2 years old. You got 3 Rand at the age of 3. You got 4 at the age of 4. You got 5 Rand at the age of 5. And you got 6 Rand. And again, we use graphs to predict. It seemed like when you are 21 that you be getting 21 Rand. That's not enough, we know, but at least we are getting an increase in pocket money. I think this one would be the one that you will prefer. It's a hyperbolic graph. So it's going up, 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 but now we need to indicate with how much is the increase. Again, pocket money at birth, 0. Pocket money at 1 will be, it looks like about 50 cents, which is fine. At 1, you don't really need money. At 2, it was 1 Rand. At 3, it was a little bit more than 1. At 4, it went up to 2. At 5, you already got 3. And then it seemed at the age of 6 that you got 6 Rand. However, that's not the most important thing. The thing that you will have to have a look at is when you really grow older. It seemed like you will get more and more money, which is what we prefer. So when we work with motion, you will have to see, am I looking at a constant y-axis? Am I looking at an increase in the y-axis, or am I looking in an immense increase in the y-axis? So let us go to our mechanics. We said position is when the person, the object, is changing position. In this case, the position is at a time, 1 second, the person is 6 meters apart from you. So imagine you standing at a point and it seems like you started 6 meters from that object. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 and 6 seconds later, that person is exactly at that same point. So there's no movement. No movement or no change. Let me use another pen. No change in position. And that's quite important for us to have a look. No change, but at least it started 6 meters from the original position. Let's have a look at velocity. The velocity started at 6 meters per second, and then it remains exactly the same. So it's a constant velocity. And can you remember what we said about acceleration? There will be no acceleration. You have to be able to transfer the one graph or the one concept to the other. What will this resemble? I've got a constant acceleration of 6 meters per second square. So I am going faster and I am increasing my velocity, but it's at a constant acceleration. So every time you look at a graph, have a look at the y-axis, have a look at the x-axis, and try and interpret what would they want you to do with this. Right, let's carry on. If I had a position time graph increasing my position, it would mean you were 1 meter away in the first second, 2 meters away, 3 meters away. So there is movement. Can you see the movement? But it's a constant movement. I could say in every second you're giving another step or you're covering another meter. Have a look at the velocity. The velocity on the y-axis is changing. You started at 0 when this time ticker tape or your stopwatch started. You were at a standstill. You were in rest. And then you moved faster in the first second, faster in the second. But please see that this is a constant change. So it's a constant change in velocity. And that, you know, as soon as there's a change in velocity, you are accelerating. Be careful that you do interpret every deduction that you can make from every graph. This would mean the acceleration is changing. And luckily for you, we aren't working with a change in acceleration. We are only working with a constant or, as I said, uniform acceleration. Right. What would this mean? Remember with pocket money, it said it went up and it just went up indefinitely. Well, now the position is changing and it's increasing first second, second, third second, and you can see there's no constant in this. At the 6th second, it's actually further away. So this is a change in the position, but it's actually going faster. What would that one be? A change. Now we are going to use a few of these graphs in a different way. Can you see that I've got a line at the top of the y-axis? You know these values are positive values. This will then be negative values. And be careful, you know we've done vectors. This part, this whole part at the top, will resemble one direction. Let's say, for instance, east, or let's say right. It will resemble a movement to one side. On the other hand, this whole section at the bottom will resemble, if it was right, then this will be to the left. If it was east, this will be to the west. So be very careful when you do graphs that you know in which quadrant I'm working. Does it resemble one or the other? I've got a y-axis here at a positive side. What do I have here? If this was position, it would have said you are standing still. Please be careful that you see what your y-axis said. Let's take that away and say this exactly represents velocity. If this is velocity, it's a constant velocity, so there's no acceleration. And finally, if this is acceleration, it means the acceleration stays the same. So you see that we can have different y-axes. It will usually be time at the bottom, and it will represent different parts of the motion that we've done. Again, what will this resemble? This will be a negative position, so it means it's to the left or it's to the west, wherever you want to do that. Or if it's velocity, it will mean it is going in the other direction. Or if it is, let me quickly take that away, if this is acceleration, it is a negative acceleration, which means it's to the other direction. Clearly make sure that you know where you are working. If this is your axis, you've got y-axis there, and it's increasing, whether it's position, whether it's velocity. You always have to indicate this is an increase in position, so it's going away from you, and this is to the other side. If it's velocity, it will actually say to you it's increasing velocity, so it is accelerating in a positive direction. This will also mean accelerate, but this will then be in the opposite direction. Clearly, slowly make your deductions from your graphs. Right, we've got a graph here and we've got a graph there. Can you remember what this meant? If it's position, it's away. I covered 4 meters in 6 seconds. If it is velocity, it is now at 4 meters per second in 6 seconds. So you need to know that this would, let's take that away, this would then start at 0 and end at 4 meters per second. Can you remember when we did acceleration that we said it's the delta V over delta T? Can you now see I've got V final minus V initial over T. That's V final 4 and this is V initial 0. So all of these concepts get together when we do graphs. If this is 0, this is 15, for instance. What's the difference? The direction. It's moving to the left or to the west. So you will have to practice a few graphs when you do mechanics. You will always be confronted. Have a look at your graph. Is the x-axis increasing? Yes, it is. What's happening with the y-axis value? Well, in this case, it's constant. It can be a few of the quantities. It can be position, it can be velocity, and it can be acceleration. Or you can draw a line that's increasing. Again, it can be position and it can be velocity. And finally, you can have a line going up like that, which says there's an increase in velocity. If I have the following ticker tape, have a look at that. Do we see the position is changing? What will the velocity be? It will signify that that's a constant change. So I will have a velocity line like that. These are the kind of deductions that you'll have to make. What's happening here? This is going faster. So we know there's an increase in velocity or in position. The position will, however, be something like that. The position will be that. The velocity will be a straight line because you are accelerating, and the acceleration will be like that. So there's a few experiments that we'll do with ticker tapes, and they'll give you objects that's moving. You just need to know which quantity is on the y-axis, and that's the challenge. Right. Did you now have an idea what uniform velocity and uniform acceleration means? It means it stays the same. In terms of uniform, I could also use the word constant velocity. If you are driving in a car and you put the car's speed control on 60 kilometers per hour, you are moving at a uniform velocity. That means you're not accelerating. You need to be able to describe the styles of graphs. Remember the three we had? We had a line going constant, we had a line increasing, and then we had that y-axis going up, increasing quite a lot. Is it position? Is it velocity? Or is it acceleration? And we'll do a few applications in the next lesson so that you can see how I apply graphs in terms of motion. Bye-bye.